Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel, guys. My name is Mike. I'm recapping the game between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. This game was played in Arizona, a game the Seahawks won by a score of 34-22. And, a big thing in these kind of games when you have an underdog playing at home is that they get off to a quick start. So I thought the fact that Seattle came out right away, put 7 on the board, really sort of set the tempo for this game. You saw Marshawn Lynch getting involved early with a tough 91 yards for the game against an Arizona defense that I know they let up 34 points, and you're going to look at it and say, well, they let up 34 points. How did they play that well? But look, they forced 3 Russell Wilson fumbles. They were playing with less than advantageous field position from a defensive standpoint the whole game due to 2 Carson Palmer interceptions. So, I think the Arizona defense afforded itself pretty well. They had pressure on Russell Wilson all night. And I thought a big difference you saw in this game was Seattle puts pressure on a guy like Palmer who can't scramble, and they get 7 sacks. Arizona's defense puts a lot of pressure on Wilson, and with his escapability and his ability to keep his eyes open down the field, he turns some of those into big plays. So I thought that was a big difference in this game, maybe the biggest difference, as Wilson fumbles twice deep in his own end. That leads to 10 Arizona points. But other than that, Wilson played a great game, threw for 3 touchdowns. And, one thing Seattle's going to have to shore up, though, is that offensive line. I know they're going to get guys back healthy. Like Giacomini and Oakland. In my opinion, those guys can't come fast enough because I just worry about against a good team and a team finally figuring out a way, to get Wilson to the ground. Him having to run for his life in certain situations, I don't think is an ideal thing. But hey, look, the defense played very well with the 7 sacks and 2 interceptions. Wilson played well. Lynch did his part. From an Arizona standpoint, with the 2 Palmer interceptions, with how bad their offensive line is still. I mean, I know they tried to address the offensive line and in the offseason, but it doesn't seem like it's taking right now. I think Palmer has 11 interceptions in his last 5 games, which sort of compounds the problem. And again, if they didn't have this defense, I think you'd see worse than the 3-4 record right now, to be quite frankly, for this team. But, give credit to their defense. Their defense shows up, every week, it seems, and plays very well and keeps them in the game. The game got away a little bit from them. Headed into the fourth quarter, it was 31-13, but I think they did the best they could. We'll see how this situation matriculates going forward. I'm assuming Palmer's the man there, but you don't know. 11 interceptions in 5 games. I'm sure, though, after Arians looks at the tape, he'll figure it was more the offensive line, which I think it is as well. But, for a team like the Seahawks, you saw 2 things on display tonight other than Wilson and the defense. You saw a team that is good on the road now. I mean, they may not be dominant like they are at home, but they are respectable on the road, 3-1 on the road. And the whole myth that they can't play well on the road, hopefully is getting debunked now. Look, they're never going to be as good on the road as they are at home because of the decided advantage they have there with the crowd noise. But if they can be 5-3 on the road, okay, at worst case, and be 8-0 at home, look, I mean, that's a 13-win team, which, I think any coach would take any day of the week. But along with that, I thought their defensive front was really on display. As these guys are getting healthier, coming back from suspensions and the such, you saw a defensive line that was churning as far as a rotation goes, and you saw them get after Carson Palmer, and I think that's going to be a huge benefit to them down the stretch here. But guys, let me know what you thought of this game. Hit me up in the YouTube comments. Hit me up on Twitter at SNewsAnalysis. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I preview and recap every game every week, and I'm always talking the news of the day in the NFL. So be sure to subscribe. Thanks for listening, and have a great day.